Glasgow and Bowling Green, Barren County PVA Kim Shipley, McDonald's in Glasgow, Mid-State Waste, and Dermot American Bank.
And now, countdown to tip-off, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Let's go courtside with Jay Turner.
A new District 15 champion will be named tonight as the Barren County Trojans are in the championship game for the 5th straight year. And we're going for their 2nd title in 3 years. Coach Warren Cunningham looking for his 7th district title overall. The Trojans defeated the host school, Allen County Scottsville, 48-29 on Tuesday night. The Glasgow Scotties and 2-year coach William Buford looking for their 1st district title since 2019. The Scotties nipped the defending 15th district champs Warren East 59-56 in the 2nd game on Tuesday night with a 3-point shot at the buzzer. The Scotties had lost 3 times this season to Warren East, and 4 times were the charm. In Tuesday's 48-29 win over the Patriots, Barren County shot just under 31% on 15 of 49 and were 7 of 18 on 3-point shots. 11 of 14 from the foul line. They did outscore Allen County Scottsville 17-4 in the 4th quarter. Bray Bewley led the Trojans with 13 points. Barren County has won 4 of their last 5 games and are 20-11 coming into the championship game. In Glasgow's 59-56 win over Warren East, John Carter Walbert hit a 3-point shot at the buzzer to advance the Scotties to tonight's title game, finishing with 19 points. JoJo Driver also scored double figures with 15. Glasgow is 9-16 on the season. Barren County lost to Warren East in last year's district championship game at Warren East, 56-55, while the Scotties also lost to Warren East in the opening round, 53-51. The Scotties and Trojans split during the regular season, with the Trojans winning at Barren County 68-55 on January 12th. The Scotties winning on their home court on January 26th, just 2 weeks later, 58-43. The Trojans beat the Scotties 2 years ago for the district championship, 55-45, and this is the 19th time they have met in a district tournament game going back to 1998. The Trojans winning 10 of those to the Scotties 8. And this is the 14th time they have met in a district championship game going back to when Barren County became a high school in 1974. The Trojans have won the last 5 in a row in district championship games over the Scotties, and Barren County has won the district tournament the last 5 times in a row when playing here at Allen County Scottsville. 3 of those were against Glasgow. So tonight, looking at ratings on paper, Barren County is a 6-point favorite in one poll, 9 points in the KHSAA RPI. The Trojans have won the last 5 in a row in district championship games with the Scotties and have won the district tournament the last 5 times in a row when playing here, as I mentioned, at Allen County Scottsville, as they go for 6 in a row tonight. And a number 3 seed, which Glasgow is, has only won the district twice in 26 years. And Barren County will try to avoid that happening a 3rd time. As Robert, the Trojans with the number 1 seed, the Scotties the number 3. This should be a dandy.
If I'm looking at it right and listening to you correct, the last time Glasgow beat us in a district final was 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And for that was my senior year. So it's been a little while ago that they were able to win. They did have Mr. Basketball, who's now on the bench over there for them, in Brandon Stockton. So they were pretty good. And this team is clearly not up to that level all the way back then. And what you know about this team is, though, and I've said this, and every time we played them, I think they have underachieved, and I think we've overachieved. From what we, if we call ourselves prognosticators, we're sitting this time last year thinking about what this season or the next season would bring. I think Glasgow's record would not necessarily be what it is, and I don't think you would have probably convinced very many people we were going to win 20 games. Yep. But our kids have worked very hard. Our senior group has been leaders. They've waited their turn. They've kind of excelled this year, more so than everybody thought they would. But that's a culmination tonight if we can kind of cap that off. You want to cut a net down and get a T-shirt that says you were district champion in 2024 to cap off what's been a good season. Does it mean that it wasn't a good season if you don't win? No, but it just kind of puts an exclamation point on it. We all know how difficult it is to win a region championship in this region. Nobody besides Barren County all the way back 99, Russellville in, I think 2000, 2001, I'm doing this off the top of my head, and Greenwood in like 06 or 07 are the only people in the last 25 years that have won a region other than Warren Central and Bowling Green. Right. So it makes this that more important that you get an opportunity to call yourself a champion, because it's so hard to win regions around here. And it's not that, Bowling Green and Central have just not been good. They won state championships in those time periods too. I think there's 3 state championships between Bowling Green and Warren Central in that time. So Glasgow is underachieved, but they've got a couple of really good players. John Carter Warbert obviously hit that 3 at the buzzer. You could see him walking and stepping into that, and he just made a really good shot to beat Warren East. Jarek Martin, who has been really good against us in the last 2 matchups. He had 22 the first time. He and Warbert tied for the scoring honors 15 when they blew us out over in Scotty Gym. And those are the 2 that you really got to worry about. But also, I think the driver kid has played really good against us. He's gotten to the rim. You have to find a way to stop them from getting to the rim. You don't want to get up and guard Martin because he's going to blow right by you. He's not a three-point shooter, so you don't want to let him get to the rim. So what does that mean? We're going to probably play a little bit of zone tonight at times. If we get ahead, we're definitely going to play some zone, but we have to be good offensively. Glasgow doesn't run a whole lot of sets. We do. We've got to be solid, efficient offensively, and keep them in front of us defensively.
Yep. Well, we've got more to come in the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. We're about 16 minutes away. Barren County Trojans and the Glasgow Scotties for the district title. Of course, both teams advance to next week's 4th Region tournament at Diddle Arena. We'll run down the list of the girls' 4th Region pairings for you in our next segment as you're following basketball action here from Scottsville on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm gonna own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
For the 15th District Boys Championship game between the Barren County Trojans and the Glasgow Scotties. Here's how the girls finished up last night in district play. Franklin Simpson winning the 13th over Todd Central, 66-37. Bowling Green in the 14th over South Warren, 37-24. And in the 15th last night, Warren East defeated Allen County Scottsville, 62-51. In the 16th, Metcalfe County getting past Russell County, 47-45. And you look at the 4th region pairings for the girls starting Sunday afternoon. The number 1 team of the region, Franklin Simpson, will play Allen County Scottsville, 3 o'clock Sunday, followed by Bowling Green against Russell County. And then on Monday night, Warren East will take on Todd Central, and then Metcalfe County against South Warren. We'll have all the games here on Nash 103.7 and on 104 The Score. Well, we break down these numbers for you between Glasgow and Barren County. The Scotties average 60.6 points a game. They give up 63.8. They shoot 44.5% from the field. They made 132 threes, about half the number the Trojans have. That's about 5 a game at shooting at 35%. 66% from the foul line and 24 rebounds. The Trojans are averaging 61.2 points a game, giving up 55.5, shooting 42.7% from the floor. 259 threes, average of almost 9 per game at 32.3%. 27 rebounds and shoot pretty well from the foul line at 70.5%. Now, breaking down the stats from the earlier games, the Trojans in that 66-55 win over Glasgow on January 12th. The Trojans shot 58%. The Scotties shot 41. The Trojans hit 9 threes. Glasgow hit 2. And out-rebounded the Scotties 27-20. Tate Spillman had 19. Graham Hall had 14 in that game. And Jarek Martin, 22. J.C. Walbert had 21 for Glasgow. And in the second game, which Glasgow won, they shot better than Barren, 48% to 30%. Glasgow was 22 of 46. Barren was 15 of 50. Both teams hit 5 threes. And both teams, 9 of 18 for Glasgow from the line, 8 of 20 for Barren. And still out-rebounded Glasgow, 32 to 28. Bewley had 12 for the Trojans. Martin had 15. Walbert had 15 for the Scotties. We'll take a break, come back for more of the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off. It's the championship game of the boys' 15th District on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences. And you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world. And ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction. But ultimately in the end, they have to build these things. And that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is, I think it is a game changer, because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum, and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities, and has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
Tonight around the region, they're all boys championship games down in District 13. You've got the 4 seed Russellville, 6-24 against the 2 seed Logan County at 15-15. In the 14th, you got the 1-2 seeds Bowling Green 25-5, Warren Central 14-9. In the 16th at Russell County, the 5 seed is in the championship game, Metcalfe County at 12-20 against the 3 seed Cumberland County at 16-13. There were some wild games, especially in the 13th and 16th districts.
And that's kind of like we thought, too. The 16th was wide open, and Metcalfe kind of proved us right there, being in the championship game all the way, having to play 2 to get there.
And both those teams will advance to next week's 4th region tournament at Diddle Arena. We'll have the broadcast of all 14 games here on Nash 103.7 and on 104 The Score. The 4th Region Basketball Radio Network starting Sunday afternoon. We'll have fans in the stands. We'll go on about 2:25. Brian Webb of WBKO Sports Connection and ESPN Radio 102.7 Sports Web in Bowling Green. We'll be doing courtside reports and coaches' comments at halftime and fans in the stands. But we'll have the broadcast of every region tournament game right here on Nash 103.7 and on 104 The Score, the only network in the region to bring you all the tournament games. Well, let's look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by SCRTC. SCRTC Total Communications. For the Glasgow Scotties under second-year head coach William Buford. His assistant coaches are Brandon Stockton, Tucker Kirkpatrick, and Matt Sexton. They'll start John Carter Robert, number 0, a 5'11 senior, averaging 16 points and 4 rebounds a game. Jarek Martin, number 13, a 6'4 sophomore, averages 11 points and 6.5 rebounds. Jeremiah Driver, number 15, a 6'2 junior, averages 7.5. Jalen Brandley, number 11, a 5'6 freshman, averages 3. And Landon Minton, a 5'6 freshman, or 6'4 sophomore, wears number 30, averaging 4 points a game. Those were the starters against Warren East, but don't count out JoJo Driver, because they could make a change in the lineup. He's a 5'8 junior, had 15 the other night against the Raiders. Barren County Trojans, 16th year head coach Warren Cunningham, 296 wins, 198 losses. His assistant coaching staff, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Gavin Ruthrow. Number 5, Tate Spillman, a 6-foot junior, named to the second team All-Fourth Region, averaging 14.4 a game. Bray Bewley, number 3, a 6-foot junior, averages just over 9 points, 4.5 rebounds. Waylon Clemens, number 33, a 6-foot junior, averages 5.6. Mason Bunch, number 4, a 6'4 senior, just over 9 points a game and 4.6 rebounds. And Graham Hall, number 10, a 6'5 senior, 8.2 points and 5.7 rebounds. We'll see William Compton, a 6'3 senior, coming off the bench, averages just over 7 points a game. Kate Hardy, 5'11 sophomore, averages 4.3. Jackson Reese, a 5'11 junior, at 2.6. And Gavin Nunn, 6'5 sophomore, among the reserves. He averages just under 2.5 points a game. Warren Cunningham, 14 straight winning seasons. 12 trips to the regional tournament, 6 district titles, 1 region runner-up, 6 regional semifinals. Got a pretty good slate.
That's a decent record there. 16 years, I would say. Yep. You know, do tonight to really make a difference. I don't think they have a post player that can guard Graham. I've kind of been on Graham's bandwagon a little bit here lately. I said that against Allen the other night. He had finished with double-digit rebounds. He had 14 in that first game where we blew him out. Well, it didn't blow him out. We won by 13, but it was a comfortable win. I think we can try to get him involved. Glasgow doesn't run a whole lot of sets, so as far as scouting, they're not hard because you don't have to do it. But as far as being prepared, there's not really anything we can tell the kids except they're going to try to run a lot of isolation, one-on-one sets. But ultimately, this is for a district championship, Jay. We've got to show a little fight, a lot more fight than we showed in Scotty Gym. We just didn't show up. That was in a little stretch. Another Monday night game. I think we should permanently ban all Monday night games, personally. But that was in a stretch where we were playing at not our best. And you don't want to peak in the middle of January for certain, but you want to do it now as we enter March, the first day here, to win a district championship. Hopefully we're playing our best basketball tonight against the Scotties.
Yeah. Officials for tonight's championship game, brought to you by Scooters Coffee in Glasgow and Bowling Green. Ryan Kraft, Evan Ray, and Todd Carver will be the officials for tonight's championship game. So we get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off, and our first quarter of action tonight brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. You're following the broadcast on Nash 103.7, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, 104 The Score, WCDS Glasgow, 12:30 a.m. WCDS Glasgow, online at 104thescore.com and on BC Live tonight. So we've got a big crowd here. There's a big crowd. Barren County fans across the way, Glasgow down below us here. We definitely have taken up most of the Allen County Scottsville home side. So we're going to be back with a tip-off. It's the Trojans and the Scotties. It's coming up right here on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the 3 Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Scotties down to our right. Glasgow in their blue uniforms with Columbia blue numbers and lettering outlined in white. And the Barren County Trojans in their home white uniforms, burgundy numbers and letters outlined and trimmed in gold. Warren Cunningham, 15-6 overall. In games played here in Allen County, Scottsville, he has won 6 of the 16 Barren County titles here on this court. Hoping to go to number 7 here tonight. Barren County getting a 19-point win over Allen County, Scottsville on Tuesday night, holding the Patriots to their second lowest points scored in a game this season for Allen County, Scottsville. And of course, the Scotties won the 4th matchup of the season after losing the first 3 to Warren East on that 3-point shot at the buzzer by Walbert, 59-56, to give the Scotties a trip to Diddle Arena next week. Graham Hall in the jump circle for Barren County. It is Jarek Martin for Glasgow. Barren County moving left to right, Glasgow right to left, as Ryan Kraft will step in and toss it up. And we will set to go with the 15th District Boys Championship game, controlled by the Scotties. As it is going to be Bradley handing the basketball off to Walbert. Walbert guarded by Spoolman out front. Takes it to the right side, gives it back to Bradley, feeds it to Martin, right of the lane. Dumps it back to Bradley. Thought about the 3. He's going to drive now on Bewley. He's cut off. Bounces it back out to Martin. And now Walbert with the ball. Walbert against Spillman. Drives right side. Throws it up off the glass. It is no good. Hall with the rebound. Spillman really putting the pressure on Walbert. Here's Bewley in the left corner. Sends it out to Mason Bunch. Now it goes to Spillman. Spillman will give it back out to Bewley. Bewley guarded Bradley out there. Turning, ball is knocked up in the air. Taken by Bradley. Loose ball on the floor. He was scooting on the floor. And a jump ball as Bewley reached in to tie it up. Barren County's basketball out of the side across the way almost to midcourt.
2 good defensive possessions early by both teams. We came out of the matchups I expected, but we're going to have to answer that call all game if we want to be successful.
Graham Hall dribbles, top of the key, gives it off to Spillman. Spillman on the right wing. He's picked up his dribble. He's guarded by Walbert. Out for Bunch. High arching 3. No good. And a rebound comes off to Martin for Glasgow. Martin cuts over into the lane, flips it up and in on the finger roll.
Waylon gives up a little size to Martin, and that's what happens. If you give him too much space, he gets that acceleration and gets the rim quickly.
Glasgow on the scoreboard first. It is 2-0. Budge off the right side corner to Hall. Hall dribbles it out, circles halfway out, almost all the way, gives it out to Spillman. Spillman now back to Clemens. He drives, he goes up, shot blocked, and it was blocked by Martin as Clemens went to the deck. Here's Walbert. Jumper, 12-footer, good. Out to a 4-0 lead. Here's Bewley with the basketball. Bewley hands it off to Spillman. And now Spillman guarded out there by Walbert. Sends it right side over to Clemens. Clemens off the screen, curls to the left, gives it out to Bewley. Bewley gives to Spillman on the left wing. Spillman wants to drive. He's cut off at the left elbow. Gives it back to Clemens and back out to Spillman again. Right side knocked away by Bradley. And it was going to be out of bounds off of Bradley as Bewley just kind of blocked him out and let the ball go out of bounds. So the Trojans will get it back. Works against Bradley. Out of the right side of the floor. Sends it off to Spillman. Spillman deep on the right side. Now pulls up, throws it back to the right side. Bunch, a three-pointer. Yes!
Good job getting Mason back in rhythm there. That was just a little pick and pop. He flared out to the wing, and Glasgow both went with Spillman. Wide open shot for Mason to knock down.
First field goal and a People's Bank 3 for Mason Bunch. Puts the Trojans on the scoreboard at the 5:30 mark. Here's Martin with a jumper from 15. It's short. Ball comes off to Bewley. Bewley sends it over to Spillman on the left side. Spillman wants to drive against Walbert. He cuts him off. Sends it back out to Bunch. Back to Spillman. And now it comes out to Clemens. Clemens working. Fires up a three-pointer. It is no good. Ball comes off to Jeremiah Driver for Glasgow. Here's Bradley Wood on the right side. Back to Jeremiah Driver. Hands it off to Walbert. Coming by off the screen. Takes it back left and back right. Trying to go up against Spillman. Can't do it. He'll go to Martin with it on the left side. He'll bring it back out. Leaves it with Walbert. Trying to direct some traffic here. They come over to set a screen. That's Minton. And then Walbert gets rid of it back to Martin on the left wing. Martin will drive. Pull up. 12-footer. In and out. Rebound by Bunch. Gives it off to Bewley. Bewley sends it down to the corner to Hall. Back out to Bunch. Thought about the three. And his defender came out on him. In the lane. Kicks it back over to Clemens on the right side. Back out to Bunch. He'll give it to Spillman. Spillman gives to Bewley. Bewley drives to the baseline. He's cut off by Bradley. Back out to Hall. Hall headed off to Bewley. Bewley on the baseline. In the corner, Clemens fires up a three. It is coming off. And a rebound to Minton for Glasgow. Off to Bradley. Bradley pulls up, shoots the three. Got it. Doesn't normally hit any three-point shots. And it's 7-3 Glasgow. Left side with it is Bunch. Bunch feeds it off to Spillman. Left to the key. Right side of the circle is Clemens. Clemens back over to Spillman. He skipped it off his own out of bounds.
Well, honestly, we haven't had a great start, but we're only down 4.
Yeah.
They've hit a three. We've taken a couple of bad shots that they've dared us to take, and we've tried to answer that dare. They haven't gone in and turned it over a couple of times as well. So we have to get through this little stretch, and then I think we'll be okay.
William Compton, ball game for the Trojans, 6'3" senior, along with Cade Hardy, a 5'11" sophomore.
Gone zone as we switch that lineup.
And Glasgow has JoJo Driver giving it off in there to Jeremiah Driver. Goes between the legs. Actually, Quinn Nunley, who checked in, and it's out of bounds. And JoJo Driver on the court for Glasgow.
We went 2-3, and Glasgow may change up their defense as well just a little bit, or at least they're getting their matchups since with subs who come in.
Bewley with it out front for the Trojans. Sends it left side over to Spillman. Spillman, give and go, back to Bewley down low, kicks it off in the corner. Compton drives, throws up the shot, got blocked from behind. He goes to the deck. And let's see who they put it on.
Should be on Martin. Should be.
Yeah. First foul of the basketball game. Going to send Barren County's William Compton to the free throw line for 2 shots. He's a 77% foul shooter on the season, averaging just over 7 points a game. And his free throw is up, and it trickles off the rim. Some punch has hit 61, actually 62 on the season now after that second shot is good for Compton. Spillman's hit 60 and Compton 56.
Well, it doesn't feel like we've been playing very long, but all of a sudden we look up and we're approaching 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter already.
Nunley with it on the left side, gives to JoJo Driver, penetrating. His floater is good.
We're going to have to D him up. That's who really hurt us, I thought, in that matchup at Glasgow.
Yeah.
He has a ton of confidence right now, especially coming off that first round game.
9-4, Hardy with it out front. Hardy wants to drive, spins, gives it off the right side to Bewley. Now gives it down low there to Hall. Hall kicks it back out to Compton, and now to Hardy. 2:18 to play in the quarter. Glasgow leads it 9-4. Left elbow, Spillman. Spillman turns on the dribble, bounces inside. Hall reverses, goes up with a spin move. Can't get it to go.
Needed one more step, Coach.
Yeah. Glasgow back the other way. JoJo Driver out to Walbert. Down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Glasgow leads it 9-4. Right side it goes to JoJo Driver. Back to Walbert over the left side to Nunley. Nunley back in the corner to Driver. Back out now Nunley. Now J.C. Walbert off the right side. Here's Martin going up the baseline. Foul on Compton.
Took two hands to cut him off on that baseline drive.
Gavin Nunn will check into the Trojan lineup for Graham Hall, a 6'5 sophomore. And Minton comes in for Glasgow. Minute 41 to play here in the championship game in the first quarter. Martin to toss it in. Scotties lead at 9-4. They send it way out front to Driver. Joe Driver against Hardy. We'll send it and give it to Walbert. Half to go here in the first. Right side is Driver. Out top Minton. Left side, they fire it down low. Oh, an extra step there by Nunley. We'll give it back to the Trojans with 1:24 left in the quarter.
Breakthrough offensively. Only one field goal?
Only one field goal. Bewley with the basketball, picked up by Nunley. Left elbow, Spillman. Spillman sends it out. It's Nunn, top of the key. Over to Bewley on the left side. He wants to drive. Got around Walbert. Kicks it back out to Compton for the three. Yes!
Good job going all the way around. Martin was in his face, but he launched it anyway. Big shot there from our two big threes to start the game.
9-7. Scotties lead it by 2. 54 seconds to play in the first quarter. Martin with it in the left corner. Back out to Nunley. Now they give it to Walbert. Around it goes to Driver. Driver. Cross-court pass back over to Walbert. Walbert kicks it back cross-court again to Driver. Out to Nunley. Nunley driving, throwing up the floater. It is no good. Got his own rebound. Back up and in.
Part of the problem with the zone sometimes is you don't have assigned matchups of people to block out, and everybody just turned and watched the basketball instead of finding somebody to check.
Glasgow leads it 11-7. Bewley pulls up in the lane. His shot goes up, no good, but a foul. And Nunley, his team second, will send Bray Bewley to the free throw line for 2. Bewley, an 81.7% foul shooter. First one is good. Waylon Clemens, Mason Bunch returning to the Trojan lineup. Tate Spillman gets a little breather. Gavin Nunn will check out. 8-11-8 Glasgow, 20.9 to play in the quarter. Back of the line. One more shot. It's on the way. It's good.
In some ways, sub tonight to respond to who they put in the basketball game because of matchups.
Yep. Walbert a 3. Yes.
Why do you leave him wide open after the 3, being able to step right into it?
14-9. Hardy in the corner. Munch slides over. Can't shoot. Gives it to Bewley. Fires up a 3. Almost banked it in. No good. Rebound to Minton. And that'll do it for the first quarter. After one, it is Glasgow 14, Barren County 9. We'll return in a moment on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
Glasgow Scotties hit 6 field goals in the first quarter. Barren County only 2, and both of those were 3-point shots. It is 14-9 Glasgow as we start quarter number 2, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Albert working around to the right side, now reverses, gets it off to JoJo Driver. JoJo Driver now goes up. He actually double dribbled. I thought he walked first, but then double dribbled it.
Picked it up. He picked it up to cross over.
Graham Hall back in the lineup. Tate Spillman, Mason Bunch, Bray Bewley, Waylon Clemens for the Trojans. Got Bradley back on the court now for Glasgow. Here's Clemens, dumping it back off to Hall, right of the lane. Sends it off to Spillman, and he walked.
Graham's got to look to score there. He is catching it probably 2 steps further out than he needs to be able to really feel comfortable. But that's a matchup that we got to go to. I've said that already. We have 0 paint points. Only 2 shots we've made, and that's the only 2 shots we made are threes. That's really not going to win you a district championship. Just 2 made field goals in a quarter.
Right side it goes to Driver. Out top to Bradley. And here's Walbert on the left side. Back out to Driver. Barren County playing some zone here. Here's a shot in the lane. No good for Driver. Rebound to Hall. He'll hand it off to Clemens. Across to Bewley. Bewley trying to make a move. Gets cut off. Needs some help. Gives it out to Bunch. Got Martin defending him. Out top to Clemens. Clemens against Walbert. He drives right of the lane, goes under with the right hand and puts it in.
Not a strong hand, but he used it there to his advantage going to the right. Walbert really shading him that way, and he took it.
Yep, 14-11. Walbert open, 3-point shot. No. And rebound's knocked down, and Martin grabs it. JoJo Driver for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound slapped out. Bunch had it for a moment, lost it, but Hall there to get it. Gives it off to Spillman. A 3-pointer will tie it here. Here's Spillman driving to the basket. Gets hammered.
Their first offensive rebound of the game, really first offensive rebound for anybody, but fortunately they weren't able to cash in on it. We get some free throws on the other end. We're the only ones that shoot free throws tonight.
Foul is on Minton, his first, team's first of the quarter. Tate Spillman at the line, 72% foul shooter. A pair coming here, missed the first.
Really lucky we actually got free throws out of him. His intention wasn't to shoot it. He was actually passing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We got to miss, we got to make them.
Yeah, we're 3 of 5 already now. Spillman for the second of the 2. And it's on the way, and it's no good. And chased down in the corner, diving forward to the floor, but picked up was Mason Bunch. Slowly getting back down the floor, and here's Martin in the lane, goes under, flips it up and in.
We had 2 guys back down trying to get the loose ball, so they had numbers and took advantage.
Bunch dumps it down to Hall, down low, works into the lane, up for the left-hand shot, and got it to drop in.
It had a little reverse spin on it to get it come back in. It was trickling off the right side and spun back left.
And it's 16-13. Glasgow leads it by 3. 5:50 to play in the first half. Walbert, right side over to Bradley. They swing it back left over to Martin. Martin sends it out top now to Bradley. Right side it goes to Walbert. Now Walbert putting down 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Bounces inside there. Jeremiah Driver, turnaround shot, good to the lane. 18-13, Scotties lead it. Here's Bunch for the 3. It's off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Minton. Here comes Bradley racing into the front court. Little head fake. Now still on the dribble to the right side. Goes left to Martin. He traveled.
You know what he wants to do with it? He wants to drive it. He's not going to shoot the three very often, and he had his feet going before he put it down.
William Compton coming back into the Trojan lineup for Mason Bunch. 5:16 to play here in the first half. Barren County trailing the Scotties 18-13 here in this championship game of the 15th district. With a basketball. Takes it to the left side, picks up his dribble, dumps it off to Spillman. Spillman driving, pump fake, gets cut off, got double team down low. Now Bewley wanting to drive again, spin move, goes up with a shot. Looked like he got fouled, no call. Here comes Bradley underneath the Walbert. He'll lay it up and in. Spillman took a tumble on the deck. And timeout by Coach Warren Cunningham. 4:53 to play in the half. It is Glasgow 20, Barren County 13. This timeout brought to you by the People's Bank, your local community bank, working for you. Locations in Glasgow and Cave City.
Our defense is not getting back. That was a possible charge. Tate tried to stay in there and draw it, but the ball was already delivered, and they got a layup out of it. The largest lead has been 7, and that's where we are right now. Just not getting the ball in the paint. They are really sagging off and dedicating all of their attention to keeping us off the three-point line for just a couple people and really cutting off the drives for Bewley and Tate by adding a couple extra people to the lane.
Bewley brings it up for the Trojans. Crosses the midcourt line where he's met by Bradley. Left elbow Clemens. Off to Compton. Can't get open for a three. Now needs some help. Throws it back out front now to Spillman. Spillman defended by Walbert. Drives it up with the right hand and foul as Minton came across to foul him. And that's going to be number 2 on Minton. Second foul of the Scotties here in the quarter. It's Spillman at the line. He missed a pair there a little bit ago. Need to start hitting the free throws. First one is good.
Good call on this one. We were 8 of 20 in the second time we played them. Not the only reason by any means that we lost over there, but definitely part of the reason when you shoot below 50% at the line.
Yeah, 4 of 7 now for the Trojans. Spillman misses it. Tapped by Hall. Underneath the Spillman. He put it up. That's goaltending and no call. Go has it. Here's Walbert.
It's a miss.
Yeah.
It's a miss. It was slapped. It had already hit the backboard, and he slapped it off of it.
Sure did. Walbert on the right wing. Sends it back out to Bradley. 4:10 to play in the half. Left side it goes to Nunley. They go down to the baseline. Driver with it. Back out to Nunley. Nunley working around to the left. Back to Walbert. Walbert trying to shake and bake, but gives it off to Bradley. Bradley, bounce pass down low. Martin, back out to Nunley, back to Martin. They feed it into Jeremiah Driver. He might have it knocked loose. Picked up by Compton.
Good dig there by Bray.
Mason Bunch with a 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Bradley. Pushing it down to Clark. Bradley, hesitation move, goes under, flips it up and in.
They are shooting the basketball really well. They were 60% in the first quarter, and they are 4 of 6 here to continue the hot streak.
And Bunch wasn't ready for the basketball. Then Spillman dives on the floor for the loose ball with Walbert. And Barren will get it on the alternating possession. Has their largest lead at 8, 22-14.
Plus 60% in both quarters. Below 25% in the first quarter, and we haven't gotten much better. We're 33% this quarter.
Well, they shot 57% against Warren East on Tuesday night. They kick it back out. Here's Bunch, a 3, no good. Rebound to Bradley.
Graham's got to score it. Graham has to score that basketball.
Out top, gives it over to Nunley. Coming down to 3 minutes to play in the first half. Glasgow up by 8. And driving, here's a shot put up and in by Nunley.
No answer for them going to the rim. They've made their last 5 in the lane.
24-14 Scotties. 2:52 to play in the first half. Bewley spinning back right. Dumps it off to Hall. Hall inside has it knocked loose. Bewley down on the floor, scrambling. And he threw it toward Compton, but it was tipped out of bounds by Nunley.
Field goals. Is that what we still got?
That is it.
Total of 4, 2 threes in the first quarter, 2 twos in the second. I haven't seen our offense this poor, since the last time we played Glasgow.
Yeah. And timeout. Trojans have not shot the ball well here in this gym. As you remember, against Allen County, Scottsville only scored 1 point in the fourth quarter and only shot about 30%. Didn't shoot that well the other night against the Patriots. But still won the ball game.
Yeah, we shot 32%.
Yeah.
15 of 47. We did hit 7 threes, but it was really the free throws down the stretch that kind of sealed the deal for us. So slow start tonight, and that hasn't changed the whole half. There have been many quarters we've scored 14, and we haven't scored. We've only scored 14 this whole half.
Yeah. And from the free throw line, Barren County is only 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. Glasgow has not gone to the line here this first half.
Haven't had to.
That's right.
They've gotten to the rim without much contest. You get to the rim, you don't have to shoot a lot of threes. They hit 2 threes, and those were uncontested. So we can't hang our heads.
No.
We knew, or we should have known, that we were going to get Glasgow's best effort tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We have not given Glasgow our best.
Spellman will trigger it in, left of the basket for the Trojans. Somebody open, sends it out to Bewley. Got JoJo Driver guarding him. And sent in the corner, Hardy. Pass was deflected. Chasing it down is Bewley. In the backcourt, brings it back into the front court, stops and pops. It is going to be way off the mark. Rebounded by Robert. Walbert. Taken in the left corner. It's Bradley. Back to Walbert. Fakes a 3, drives, spins, fall away jump shot, banks it in.
And their last 6 straight.
26-14. Spellman with a basketball. Sends it out to Bewley.
2-3 zone, Glasgow.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. Barren County down 12. Angling off to the right side, looking left, bounces it out to Hardy. Hardy gets a screen from Hall, turns, looks, has to do something with it, throws it back on the right side to Bewley. In the corner goes to Clemens. Clemens looking down low for Hall, can't get it to him. Bewley out top, sends it back to the left side. Hardy fakes, pull-up jumper from 12, partially blocked. Taken by JoJo Driver, sprinting down the floor, gives to Bradley. He goes under and puts it in.
7 straight. We missed our last 5 straight. Point lead. 14-point lead.
28-14, Glasgow.
It's a whole lot like the second time we played them over there. And just had no fight, and the game was over in the first half.
Right.
Is it over now? I don't know.
They swing it left over to Bewley. Bewley bounces on the high post. It's Hall, back to Bewley. Jumper, nope, he's going to put it in there to Hall. He goes up and he's fouled.
That's a good look.
Bewley was going to take the 15-foot jumper there at the free throw line. A foul on Nunley, his second, team's third of the quarter.
And that's what Glasgow thought, which allowed him to drop that pass under to Graham.
Graham Hall, about a 64% foul shooter on the season. Free throw on the way, good. 28-15. First shot for Graham Hall. Swing in the air, and it is short. Let's go with a rebound of the basketball. 54 seconds to play before halftime. Walbert gives it over to Bradley. Back to Walbert. Left side, Jeremiah Driver. Back to Walbert. He'll send it back over to Bradley. Back out front, Walbert. Back over to Bradley. 38 seconds to go in the half. Jeremiah Driver. Back to Walbert. Diagonal pass, right corner. JoJo Driver. Back to Bradley. Here's Walbert. Back over to Bradley. 28 seconds to play in the half. Trojans trying to trap a little bit here. And Bewley almost came up with a steal. Walbert's in a trap, but got rid of it. In the corner goes to Driver. 17 seconds to play in the half. Walbert back over to Driver. Fakes. Gets cut off by Bunch. Pass was deflected but caught. It's loose, picked up by Bradley. 8 seconds to go. Jeremiah Driver out of the corner for 3, and he hit it.
Well, when things are going well, they're going really well.
Desperation shot. That will do it for the first half. And Glasgow in control. It is 31-15 Scotties on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
In 1960.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able to, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
Glasgow led 14-9 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored the Trojans 17-6 in the second period of play. Glasgow 14 field goals in the first half. 3 of those were three-pointers. They did not shoot a free throw in the first half. And John Carter Robert with 4 baskets for 9 points. Jarek Martin, a couple of baskets for 4 points. Jeremiah Driver with a 3 and a 2 for 5. Quinn Nunley with a couple of field goals for 4. JoJo Driver has a field goal for 2. Jalen Bradley has 7 on a three-pointer and 2 two-point baskets. Landon Mittens, the only Scotty that has played and that has not scored in the first half, as they had 6 Scotties to get in the scorebook. For the Trojans in the first half, only 4 field goals, and 2 of those were three-pointers, and they were both made in the first quarter. Barren County 5 of 10 from the free throw line. Mason Bunch with a 3 and a 2 for 5. William Compton a 3, 1 of 2 from the line for 4 points. 2 free throws from Bray Bewley, 1 free throw from Graham Hall. Tate Spillman 1 of 4 from the foul line for his only point of the first half. Cade Hardy and Gavin Nunn saw action but did not score. And Barren County has their work cut out for them for the second half.
The stats don't look any prettier in the game we just watched. We were 4 of 18. 4 of 18 for 22%. And 2 of 10 from 3. Let's go on fire. They made their last 8 straight field goal attempts in the second quarter. They were 14 of 21 for 66.7%. They made 2/3 of their field goals and 75% of their threes at 3 for 4. So rebounds aren't any better. We didn't have many rebounds to get because Glasgow didn't miss, so they out-rebounded us 17-6. 1 offensive board for us, 2 for them. Not a whole lot of second chance points either way. Glasgow's got the only second chance points of the ball game, and that's 2. We did not turn it over very much. We turned it over 3 times. Glasgow turned it over 5. But, you know, we only were able to stop them on 10 possessions. 10 possessions is it. They stopped us almost twice the possessions that we did. They stopped us on 18. We were only able to stop them 10. So, you know, 8 times 2 is 16. That's about where we are with this deficit. They got 1.5 points per shot. We didn't even get 2/3 of a point per shot. Very dismal first half, and that's why we didn't stay in the locker room very long. There probably wasn't a whole lot to say.
Nope.
Just you know, frankly, I'd just rather have stayed in the locker room if we were going to do that again the second half and hand Glasgow the trophy, because that's the way our kids played. Like we didn't have a whole lot of fight, and that's not who we've been. That's not what's lost or won us 20 games. We've had some lulls. We have some games. We've had some games where we have not played well. I understand that, but this is not a moment where you should have to get very motivated to play. It's a district championship game against your crosstown rivals. I know it's in a gym that I hope we don't have to come back to for a while because we haven't played well down here, boys or girls.
No.
But at the same time, there's a championship, nets and T-shirts on the line, and we haven't answered the bell.
Absolutely not. It's the Extreme Cheer halftime report. 31-15, Glasgow leading Barren County here at the break. The girls' 4th region tournament starts Sunday afternoon at Diddle Arena, the campus of WKU. First game at 3 o'clock, Franklin Simpson, the tournament favorite, going up against the 15th district runner-up Allen County Scottsville. That game to start at 3, followed by Bowling Green, who won the 14th district over the 16th district runner-up Russell County. That game to follow, Franklin Simpson, Allen County, Scottsville, Sunday afternoon. John Butler will join me for the broadcast of those 2 games here on the network on Sunday afternoon. Then Monday night, Warren East, the 15th district winner, against the Todd Central Lady Rebels. 6 o'clock on Monday night, followed by Metcalfe County Lady Hornets, who won the 16th district over the 14th district runner-up South Warren. And then the semifinals will be on Thursday night of next week. The championship on Saturday night of next week. And, of course, the boys' draw is tomorrow morning at Warren East at 9 o'clock. We'll post that on social media following the draw. See who the Trojans will play, or the Scotties as well, in the 4th region tournament. That will start on Tuesday night at Diddle Arena. So the girls will play Sunday, Monday. The boys play Tuesday, Wednesday. Girls on Thursday and Saturday, and then the boys will play the semifinals and finals on Monday and Tuesday of the following week.
Told you how important it was to be a district winner in the girls, and you saw the draw that Warren East got. It was you couldn't have written it out for Warren East any better. There's only probably one decent game in the first round, and that may be the last one. Metcalfe, South Warren. I think the rest of them are probably blowouts. As far as the boys is concerned, I don't think it really matters if you're a district winner or not, because of the upsets you've seen, and you have an equal chance of drawing Bowling Green or Warren Central, who are both, you know, head and shoulders above everybody the way they played all year. So you're really just competing right now for the district championship to have some bragging rights, and you have an equal chance as far as the draw is concerned of what happens after that.
Yeah. So we'll have all 14 games here on the radio for you starting Sunday afternoon with fans in the stands starting around 2:25. Followed by our pregame coverage, then the broadcast of Franklin Simpson, Allen County, Scottsville, followed by the second game, Bowling Green and Russell County on Sunday afternoon. It is 31-15. We'll be back second half after this break on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
Second half, third quarter, sponsored by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Glasgow has the basketball to start the second half. Here's Wahlberg with it on the left side. Gets a screen from Jeremiah Driver. Working, gives it inside there. Spin move by Martin, puts it up and in.
9 straight. Just keep a count here.
33-15 Glasgow. Up to Bewley. He dumps it into Hall. Hall works inside, puts up the shot, no good, but a foul. And Albert, his first, team's first of the third.
His first, team's first of the third quarter.
Graham Hall at the line. He's 1 of 2 tonight. Barren was 5 of 10 the first half. First free throw on the way, good.
Free throw by Hall.
33-16. For the second of the two. It's on the way, and it is good. 33-17. With it for the Scotties on the right side of the floor. Spillman out defending him.
They're not going to turn it over a ton, so we're just going to have to get stops. And they're not going to be too quick about it either.
No. Pull-up jumper, 10-footer, no good for Walbert. Rebound comes off to Clemens. Clemens holds up, throws it behind him to Spillman. Spillman looking, trying to get somebody open, and Clemens comes out to get it. Clemens to work against Jeremiah Driver, gives it out to Bunch. He's defended by Martin. Right side he goes to Bewley, works it in lane. On the baseline underneath, here's Clemens putting it up and in.
And they really made us make contested twos in the first half, and we didn't do it. But so far tonight, we've at least gotten 4 points, a drive, and a free throw off some contested twos.
Walbert working against Spillman. Gives it to Bradley. Curls into the lane. A bad pass. Clemens has it for the Trojans. Ahead up to Spillman. Spillman gets cut off by Walbert. Gives it to Clemens. Out to Bunch. A three ball is no good, and Martin claims a rebound.
There's no offensive board opportunities.
Ahead goes underneath, and we're going to have a Clemens running into Jeremiah Driver. And that will be his first, team's first of the third quarter. Comes in the corner to Minton. We'll give it out now to Bradley. Bradley back to Walbert in the right corner. Down low is Minton, working, spinning, going up with a shot, puts it in over Hall. 35-19 Scotties. Bunch on the right wing. Sends it out front to Clemens. On the left side, he goes to Spillman. And now Spillman wants to work against Walbert. Gets cut off. Kicks it back out to Bunch. Right side, Clemens open. Three-point shot. Nails it.
They're giving him that.
Cut to the 13. It was 18. Now the People's Bank three from Waylon Clemens. 35-22. Scotties lead it. Left side is Walbert. Walbert bounces it off to Martin. He walked. Here's a shot in the lane. Got it, and a foul.
Don't have a matchup for him right now.
No.
And Waylon has been a great defender all year. But he's a tough matchup. That was the worry for me coming into the game, was who was going to guard him. You get him off that little curl cut in space, and his size and length is more than anybody we have.
Great throw by Martin is no good. Clemens with a rebound. Sends it down to Hall. Hall spins against Minton, puts it up, no good. Follow-up is no good. Spillman got the rebound. They're not calling no foul, not calling nothing. Here's a long two, good for Spillman. Gets his first field goal tonight.
There's another goaltend, and he was right on the line after we got that offensive rebound. Just our second offensive rebound all night.
37-24, Glasgow leads it. 3 minutes gone here in the third. Robert on the right side. Robert getting chased out there by Spillman. Cuts back right, gives it off to Bradley. Down low, Jeremiah Driver spinning. He walked. Throw it back out to Bradley. Crossover move for the lane, and a foul on Bewley. Already 3 fouls here in the third quarter on the Trojans with 4:45 left to play. Martin gets it into Jeremiah Driver. Offensive foul. Bunch takes the charge.
It's an easy call. He lowered his shoulder and gave a little extra up to it. We got to get some energy off of it. 13, we got to keep going.
Yeah. Here's Spillman spinning, working against Walbert. Fall away shot, no. Rebound comes off to Walbert. Forced it up there, yep. Walbert takes it down underneath, and there's a reverse, no good. Crashing aboard is Hall. He'll give it off to Spillman. Long pass down the court to Bunch on the left side. Turns, fires, no. Rebound to Martin for the Scotties.
Numbers, look out.
Here goes, he'll feed it off underneath. A little floater, good for Bradley. And a 30-second timeout by Glasgow. They put it back up to 15 at 39-24. 4:12 to go here in the third period. Barren County has scored 9 points this quarter. Glasgow has scored 8.
It's an offensive onslaught for what we had in the first half. 8 points, right?
Yeah, only 6 in the second period. Scored 17-6 in the second quarter.
Just can't couple stops or pair stops even because they are getting down the floor, getting rebounds, and their outlet passes get them going the other way quickly, and they go straight to the rim. We are working for everything we've gotten offensively tonight, and it seems like they are just doing it with ease.
Yep. William Compton is checked into the Trojan lineup for Mason Bunch. Barren County only 3 threes in this game. 2 are in the first quarter. Bewley with the basketball for the Trojans. Dumps it in to Clemens at the free throw line. That turns, looks, sends it off to Spillman to the right wing. Spillman giving it back up to Clemens. Clemens back down to Hall. Hall posted up with a shot going up, no good.
He just can't find the range.
Rebound to Minton.
Getting looks. Everybody's gotten decent looks. But they're contested.
Yeah. Jeremiah Driver off to Minton. Fires at 3. Drains it.
And they don't miss. He hit 2, maybe 3s the other night against East.
Back up to the largest lead at 18. It's 42-24. Clemens around the top of the horn. Hands it off to Bewley. Bewley pulls up with a 12-footer. It's in and out. Rebound. Martin had it knocked loose by Spillman. Spillman turns, gives to Hall. Back to Spillman. Gives it to Clemens. He's going to fire up a 3, and it's no good. Tapped up by Bewley, no good. Saved in bounds by Glasgow, but caught by Spillman. Spillman turns, flips up the shot whistle, blocking foul on Robert.
Glad our veteran official there called and bailed somebody out down there on the bottom. It's got to be one or the other.
And Tate Spo to be at the line for 2 shots. 42-24. Spillman is 1 of 4 from the line. Shot good this time. Mason Bunch coming in for Graham Hall for the Trojans. JoJo Driver in for Glasgow, along with Quinn Nunley. 42-25, Scotties lead it. Spillman back of the line. One more shot. It's on the way. It's good. 42-26. So we had some lights go out here.
Somebody just hit the button.
Upper deck.
Lights off, didn't they?
Yep. Upper deck lights is
it's just part of the
black
fun at this tournament.
Yep. And it's back on now. Mitten sends it over to Driver. Down the dribble between the legs. 2:48 to play. Third quarter, 42-26 Scotties. JoJo Driver sprinting, going up with a shot. No good, but a foul.
It's on. It should be on the floor. Gave him the shot.
Bewley's second personal. 4 on the Trojans. And JoJo Driver at the line, a 77.5% shooter on the season. First one, Rams, good. Jackson Reese going to check into the Trojan lineup, a 5'11 junior for Waylon Clemens. 43-26, Glasgow. Second shot of the way, good for Driver. Back up to 18. That's been the largest margin. So rather Bewley with it, giving it over the right side to Reese. Reese trying to make a move inside, can't go, gets cut off. Sends it back out to Spillman. Working against Driver, gives it out to Bunch. Defended by Martin. Feeds it to Compton, goes to the basket, puts it up and in.
Good job using a little length there. We haven't played Compton and Bunch together tonight. That gives them a little more size on the floor.
44-28, Scotties lead it. 2:10 to play in the third period. They go into the corner to Walbert. Walbert turns, goes up the baseline, kicks it way out over the head of Nunley and out of bounds at midcourt across the way.
Going to have to speed them up to get some turnovers and get back in the game. We went a little trap on a zone there and did just that.
Jackson Reese out to Bewley. 1:55 to go in the third quarter. Let's pass off to Compton. Compton hands it off to Spillman. Back over to Compton. Fires up a three. It's short. JoJo Driver with it. Pushing it down the floor. Flips up the shot. Good. Everything going the Scotties' way. It's 46-28. Into the lane. Kicks it out to Reese. Open three. Good.
Jackson off the bench there with the three. Couple back-to-back.
They have a few more of those.
Definitely. You'd love to get it under 10. I think that's unreasonable right now at 15. But it's got to work that way quickly.
Yeah. Pass inside. Minton underneath. Martin jams it. (48-31). Glasgow leads it by 17. Here's Bunch with it. Out top to Spillman. 53 seconds to go in the quarter. Jumper from 10, no good.
Another contested two.
Yeah. Taken by Martin. He'll give it off to Walbert. 44 seconds to go in the quarter. Nunley with it in the left corner. Out to Walbert. 38 seconds to play.
Well, on the bright side, we've seen bigger deficits in smaller amounts of times overcome in a district championship.
That's true. That is true. Here goes Martin driving against Reese. Reese and gives it back out to Walbert for three. Good. Wow, they're just hitting everything.
Just two shots the whole quarter.
Comes out to Spillman. The lead is now stretched to 20. Bewley inside. Won't shoot. Gives it out to Spillman. Spillman leaves it with Bewley, top of the key. 4 seconds, three. In the corner, Jackson Reese. He's going to have to hurry, get the shot off. And that will do it for the third quarter.
It sums up the night. They were 80%. We don't get a shot at the buzzer.
After three, it's Glasgow 51, Barren County 31. Back for the fourth quarter on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it and do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation
of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
Turner. Scotties 51, Trojans 31. Glasgow outscored Barren County 20-16 in the third period. Played pretty even. Scotties winning the quarter by 4 points. Second quarter was disastrous. Scotties outscored the Trojans 17-6 in that second period.
Maybe one of the most disappointing first 3 quarters based on expectations tonight that we've seen in a while.
Spillman with it on the right wing. And a foul on Nunley. Came out and started chasing Spillman, got his hands on him. Nunley is third. Team's first of the quarter. Bewley, Spillman, Hall, Reese, and Compton starting the fourth quarter. And Bewley sends it over to Reese. Reese trying to make a move, gets cut off. Back out to Hall. They give it to Spillman. Spillman trying to make a move on JoJo Driver. Goes to the basket, puts it up and in.
Not had enough of those tonight, have we? Sorry, I was going to say we got to get into some press. We got to do something to speed the game up.
Yep.
We're just back in man.
Back in man. 51-33 the score. Walbert hands it off. Working the right side. It's Nunley. Hooks it back to Walbert. Walbert, left elbow. Trying to find Martin, and it goes out of bounds. Apparently brushed one of the
he threw it off
Trojan players.
Jackson's back, who was face guarding Martin.
Martin to toss it in. Sends it way out front to Nunley. Nunley working against Compton. One-on-one. Drives the basket. Flips it up and in. 3:33 Scotties. This fourth quarter brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill, Glasgow, Campbellsville, Bardstown, Radcliffe. Bewley turns, throws up the shot, and hits it. Bewley only his first field goal tonight. 3:35, 6:56 to go.
Ray's got 4. He's got just 1 field goal, as you said, but Tate only has 1 better. He's only got 2 field goals, and you know, Tate averages 15 almost a game.
14 and a half.
So, you know, we don't go very well when those 2 gentlemen aren't playing well. And I'm not saying they haven't played well, but Glasgow has really taken away everything that they do well tonight. They haven't been able to go to the rim. We haven't been able to run some sets. We haven't really been able to spread them out. They haven't had any looks at 3 as far as I know. And they're making us just really one-dimensional, and that's a jump shooting basketball team, and that's not how we've won a lot of games. We've gotten to the rim a lot this year.
Ball comes into Walbert. Turns up court. Spillman trying to stay with him. And Spillman picks his pocket, goes in for the layup. Good.
Turn it up. Turn up the pressure a little bit.
53-37. As the pass comes to Walbert. Walbert diagonal pass underneath Nunley, lays it in.
You got to pay a little bit of attention to the backside. You can't dedicate all your pressure to just the front court guards.
55-37. Spillman with it on the left side against Driver. Off it goes to Hall in the lane, goes to the basket up in the left hand. He got fouled, no call.
Off-ball defense.
Yep. Here's Martin down the left corner. JoJo Driver. Cut off, fires up a 10-footer, bounces, rolls, good, no good, and rebound comes off to Hall.
My hope is this 80% is giving them enough confidence to keep shooting. They start missing.
Yeah. And here comes Bewley, has it partially blocked, followed up by Reese.
Back in a little pressure.
55-39. 5:58 still to play. Here's Walbert, jump pass over to Nunley. In the middle goes to Martin. In the right corner, JoJo Driver 3. It's no good. Rebound to Clements.
That's how we came back last time, is they just kept shooting the basketball right there.
Here's Spillman, 3-point shot. No good. Got knocked to the floor and no call. Offensive rebound. Bewley for 3. It won't go. Crashing the board bodies go to the deck. Spillman with the deck hard. And he's still down.
Yeah, he went down hard, as you said. Slow to get up.
Foul goes number 15, Driver, his second.
They put the foul on Jeremiah Driver, his second, team second.
The Trojans number 32, Florida.
Guard our oriented lineup just to get some pressure, but also hopefully get a few more shooters in there.
Yeah. Cade Hardy coming into the game for Graham Hall. Here's Bewley, deep on the right side. Feeds it to Clements, fakes, drives, kicks it off in the left corner. Reese a three, no good, but he got fouled. It's on Martin, his second. Team's third. And it's going to be 3 shots for Jackson Reese. Chance to score 3 points with a clock stop. Trimmed into that lead a little bit. Reese got it. 55-40. 5:25 to play in the basketball game. Reese, second throw, in and out. Aaron was 5 of 5 in the second half before that miss. 4 for Jackson Reese. On the way, got that one. 2 out of 3. He's got 7 points coming off the bench. They trim it to 14 with 5:22 still to play. Here's Bradley with the basketball. Gives it off to Minton. Sends it out to Walbert. Walbert will give it to Martin straight away. Back out to Walbert. 5:10 to play. 55-41 Glasgow. Foul on Spillman. His first, team's first in the fourth quarter. The pass coming down to Minton, working against Hardy. They're going to call the foul on Hardy. Too much size to Minton there. That'll be his first, team second. Graham Hall will come back in the game. This time for Jackson Reese.
Well, right there in that little bit of stretch.
Ball comes into Minton. He'll give it out to Martin. Coming off the screen, here's Walbert. Bounce pass down into Minton. Minton spins. Oh, another foul.
Kind of spun and hit Graham in the face with an elbow.
First foul on Hall, 3 on the Trojans here in the fourth quarter. Sends it out to Minton out front. Gives it to Bradley. Now Bradley gets rid of it to Walbert. Walbert bounces it off to Martin. Martin looking. Going off the screen. Here's JoJo Driver, top of the key. Back to the left side, Minton fakes the 3. Couple of dribbles, gives it back to JoJo Driver. 4:40 to play. Glasgow up by 14. Largest lead has been 20. And Martin, pass knocked down. We got a whistle, and who they're going to call the foul on here.
Graham had the ball, but they're going to call it on Graham.
Wow. No.
Can't catch a break, can he?
Nope. Walbert behind the back dribble. Down to 4:26 to play. Walbert going to drive. Right, spins, kicks it off to Bradley. Bradley, guarded by Hardy. Bradley cuts back left into the lane, dumps it off to Martin. And try to take some time off the clock here. 4:10 to play. In the corner, Bradley back out to Driver. Driver going in a pass. And they call another foul on the Trojans. This one will be Ray Bewley. That's 3 on him, 5 on the Trojans, and so Glasgow will shoot free throws for the rest of the fourth quarter. 4:02 still to play. Here's the shot going up, no good for JoJo Driver. He'll have one more. Mason Bunch coming in for Cade Hardy. Also Jackson Reese back in for Waylon Clemens. Driver back at the line. It's 55-41 Glasgow. 4 minutes to play. Second shot is good. 56-41 Scotties with 4 minutes to play. Here's Spillman. 3-point shot. No good. Bunch with a rebound. Back to Spillman. Dumps it off left side. Bewley a 3. It won't go. Rebound to Hall. Back out to Bunch. Back to Hall. Can't get the shots to go down. Here's Spillman on the left side. Spillman throws it back out to Bewley. Bewley finds an opening, dumps it off into the hall. He puts it up and in. 56-43. Cuts it down from 20 to 13. 3:35 still to play.
So here's the two options. Will Glasgow learn from history, or will history have a chance to repeat itself? If you're Glasgow, what that means is you do not give us an opportunity to get back in the game and continue to take shots and play offense. You just kind of throw it around and make us foul you. We do have some options out there. Martin is probably one of the poorest free throw shooters on the floor. He's at 57%. Jeremiah Driver, when he's out there, but he's not out there right now, is worse than that. But everybody else is really good. So you really have to be careful of what you're doing when you're fouling them to see if you can get any kind of results.
Right. Starting March 25th, be listening for a select broadcast of Barren County home baseball and softball games on 104 The Score. James Brown and John Butler talk local Barren County, Glasgow, and Caverna sports Monday afternoons at 4 o'clock on the Brown Sports Bag on 104 The Score.
Minton is the worst free throw shooter out there. He's only been to the line 19 times this year and hit 47%. So if you can foul somebody, that's the one you want to foul the quickest and soonest, but that's also why he's so far away from the basketball.
Yeah. We'll put the ball in play for the Scotties as it comes in to Bradley. Back to Martin. He'll lob it up to Driver. Back out now to Bradley. Bradley's in a trap. Bounces back to Driver. And what do we got? A foul? Jackson Reese. Didn't see that one.
It's a really quick, poor foul call probably for the amount of we've seen the rest of the game.
Driver 3 of 4 at the strike ball in the second half. Just a 2 on the way, good.
Not the one to foul, is it? And I don't think we were intentionally trying to foul him.
57-43, 3:24 left.
I don't remember the last time it was under 10.
It's been a long time.
Second quarter?
Yeah.
Again into the second quarter?
Yeah. 14-9 into the first, and then they pulled out to 16 at the half. But, yeah, here's Spillman going up. Got the shot, got pushed to the floor. Count the basket foul. Going to be on JoJo Driver.
But our guys, we're still playing. We're still giving it to Glasgow as much as we can. Offense, defense, substitutions, every trip down the floor. They take Minton out, who we could have fouled. Put a better free throw shooter in.
Spillman for one. The shot is no good. Rebound to Walbert.
That hasn't been helpful.
Nope. Sends it over to Martin. Martin back over to Walbert. Right corner is Nunley. Back to Walbert. Walbert working to the right side of the floor. Now he's in a trap. Feeds it to Jeremiah Driver. Now to JoJo Driver. Under 3 minutes to play. A 13-point lead. And now Jarek Martin. Going to be on Clemens, his third. 7% at the foul line for Jarek Martin. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
He's their second leading scorer, but he's the worst free throw shooter on the floor right now. That doesn't mean he's going to miss them, though. Right. The way the night's gone, he'll switch too.
Yeah. First one is up. I knew he was going to short arm that one. Tim Punch and Graham Hall back in for the Trojans.
Trips. Cannot have an empty trip.
Second shot, no good. Ball knocked loose out of Martin.
Oh, no. Martin knocked it out of his hand. Get him to miss 2, and then you get it right back.
Number 33, Clemens.
Clemens coming back in for Mason Punch. 58-45, 2:52 left. It comes out to Jeremiah Driver, gives it to Nunley. Nunley over to Walbert. Walbert looking, bounce pass right over to Martin. Martin going to drive, whistle, foul on Reese. Second, putting Martin right back in the line again with 2:43 to play. It is up, he got that one. You're missing 3 in a row. 59-45. Bowling Green defeats Warren Central tonight, 78-54 in the 14th district. Second shot also good for Martin. Cumberland County leading Metcalfe County after one, 14-10. Mason Punch, long 3, yes! Need a bunch of more of those. It's only his second one of the night. Cuts it to 12, they almost threw it away. 60-48, 2:28 to play. As JoJo Driver is a ball kicked by Bewley. Will come back in for Compton. Hardy will come back in for Mason Punch. Jackson Reese will come in for Graham Hall. If cut it from 20 to 12, the time becoming a factor now at 2:24 to play.
Tonight. Over 60 in the first. 80% is what I had them in the third quarter. And they pulled down a little bit, but mainly they pulled down because we've been fouling and putting them to the free throw line here in the fourth.
Girls' fourth region tournament starts Sunday afternoon. Franklin Simpson, Allen County, Scottsville, followed by Bowling Green and Russell County. We'll have those games here for you on the network. Around 2:25 Sunday afternoon from Dental Arena. So we'll have all 14 games of the fourth region tournament.
This reason I can come up with that Glasgow's 9-16 is they have nights like this, and they have more nights not like this, where they haven't shot it well, where they've turned it over, where they haven't played cohesively. It's just so happened that 2 of their best nights have been against Barren County.
Yeah, and you got to go. You got to go when you're down 12, 2:20 to play. Bewley with it out top. Looking, gives it off to Compton. He's going to be fouled by Nunley. And that's 5.
Yeah.
That's 5 on the Scotties here in the fourth quarter. So it stops the clock with 2:16 to play. And Compton 1 of 2 at the line tonight. 77% of the season. He has scored 6 points in this game. First of 2, good. Cuts it to 11. That's 60-49. Back of the line for one more. Compton puts it up. It is good. Rattled it in.
We've been kind of doing 3 on, 3 off offense, defense. It was smart not to put all 3 of them in at the same time just so we get a dead ball to set up the press there.
60-50. Come on, we got to cut it in half with 2:16 to play. Martin having trouble. Finally gets it into Walbert. And then Walbert pushed off Spillman. No call. Here's a diagonal pass to Nunley. He feeds it underneath to Driver, and he puts it in. 62-50. 2 minutes to play in the championship.
Gotta go. Keep going.
Spillman, 25-footer. No good. Rebound to JoJo Driver.
I mean, they're 2-hand pushing us out there. I mean, I understand we're trying to foul, but they're going to have to clean it up.
Foul is on Spillman, his second. And it's going to put Martin at the line. A technical foul has been called on Glasgow. So Jeremiah Driver.
And Whalen.
And Whalen. So it's a double technical.
It's Whalen and Martin.
It's on Jeremiah Driver. Because Martin's standing at the line.
It waves it off. It's just like it didn't happen. It was 13 and 33. Double technicals, I think. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
But it cancels out. It's kind of like offsetting penalties in football.
Yeah, right.
So he just goes back to the line and shoots his 2 free throws. They've got to clean it up. They've 2-hand pushes. John Connor Walbert just caught Tate with an elbow right to the face a while ago. That's kind of on the officials not cleaning it up before that. I understand there's a little emotion here, rivalry, all that stuff.
That was good for Martin.
It's also on us. Don't get me wrong. It's also on us. We can't do that.
$63-50, a minute 49 to play. Martin back of the line for one more. And it's up, and it is good. He's hit 4 in a row now.
That'll about do it.
After missing his first 3. As the ball comes into Bewley. Bewley trying to drive with it, cut off, feeds it down underneath the Hall. He puts it up and in. 64-52, another full timeout here called with a minute 42 to go. Is Glasgow 64, Barren County 52.
We can't have many timeouts left. We're trying to burn them all up here coming back. I think we got 2 left, maybe 1.
I think we've called 2 full timeouts.
4 a while ago. We got any more?
Only one I got was Bowling Green defeating Warren Central 78-54 in the 14th and the 16th. Cumberland County leading Metcalfe County 14-10 after 1.
I thought at the beginning of the year, Warren Central and Bowling Green were a little bit more even than that. And then as the course of the year, they've had injuries. They've had players in and out. They haven't had their whole lineup, I don't think, much of the year. But after watching Bowling Green, they're impressive. Can they win a state title? I don't think so. But the way the draw worked out for the Sweet 16, if they're able to get there, they'll probably at least make it to the quarterfinals, and then they'll have to play probably Covington Catholic, maybe, I think, just off the top of my head.
Yeah. Cash Moore is checked in. He's going to foul Martins. He comes across the midcourt line.
That's a lot of assumptions. I mean, Bowling Green's been the #1 team in the region all year.
Yeah.
But it's our job and 6 others to try to knock either them or Warren Central off of their, we'll just call it region dynasty they've built.
Martin's free throw is no good. 39 to go. Glasgow leads by 12, 64-52. Four now for Martin. Ends in. 65-52 Scotties. He races down the floor with it, driving all the way to the bucket. And it should have been goaltending right there. Jump pass over the left side. Compton with a 3. Good.
Oh, we had at least one timeout left. Back to 10.
All right. And that's the closest Trojans have gotten it in the second half. Largest lead 20 on 2 or 3 occasions.
We are out. That was our last timeout. Glasgow has 2. We are out, so we can't stop the clock anymore. We do have the get the ball when it comes out of the rim and hold it, delay a game to stop the clock. But other than that, we don't have any ways to stop the clock. And in high school basketball, as most people know, it's a little different in college. When the ball goes through the net, the clock keeps running. In college, under a minute, it automatically stops until you throw it in. It does make it a little difficult to come back. We still have a minute 28 that we'll have to play the rest of the way without any instructions, at least in a dead ball situation.
Barren County scored 24 in the fourth quarter. Glasgow scored 14 to cut that lead in half, but only a minute 28 to play.
We just needed some of that 24 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Not to let it be such a big gap that we've had to score and catch up. And I know they've relaxed just a little bit this quarter defensively, too.
And Martin gets a ball in play to drive. He walked.
Big time.
No call. Martin, the driver, being chased, gives to Walbert. In the middle goes to Martin. He'll send it to Nunley underneath. Wide open shot put up and in by Bradley.
That's what you give up on Presto.
67-55, the Scotties. Here's Spillman spinning into the lane. Goes under, flips up the shot, no good, but a foul on Bradley.
Bradley.
Spillman is 3 of 7 from the foul line tonight. Two on the way, good. 67-56. Got for Spillman in the air, good. Back down to 10. That's the closest the Trojans could get it to. Walbert is going to be fouled in the back court by Spillman, his third. Walbert, 81.5% foul shooter, 1 of 2 tonight. It's the first. 68-57. It's the second one. 69-57. 1 minute to play in the basketball game. Mason Budge gives to Bewley. Going to fire up a 22-footer. No good. Tipped out, chased down. Spillman's got it. 54 seconds. Mason Budge back to Spillman. Jumper, top of the key. 3. Got it. Can't stop it. Foul him. 69-60. Close as the Trojans have been since early in the first half. Foul on Jackson Reese.
Got to keep playing and keep knowing what we're doing here on the game plan. We've been trying to execute it for the last 4 minutes?
Yeah. Martin has hit his last, 5 out of the last 6. And he got that one.
It's the best option percentage-wise. You just play sometimes you play percentages, sometimes you play who's kind of got the hot hand. Bradley is also somebody you could foul a little bit, too.
Yeah. He's going to come up short. Bunch with a rebound. Stops, gives to Bunch. Can't get open for a 3. He's going to drive it to the bucket. Puts it up. No good. Should have been a goaltend there. No call.
It has to change in high school basketball. If the ball is on the rim and you smack the backboard, it's an automatic goaltend.
It should be.
I don't understand why that's not the case.
Going to go to the line with 29.3. Foul on Spillman is 4th. Bradley hits it. I mean, how many shots have gone up where they smacked the backboard tonight? 4, 5?
They have. I think we've got at least 3 what I would consider goaltends that haven't been called. Does it matter? Probably not.
72-60. And Compton has a 3-pointer blocked. Out of the corner, back to Spillman. Gets open, forces up a 3, and it won't go. Bewley the rebound, turning, going inside underneath, puts it up and in. Out here.
Delay a game. What I was talking about, just tap the ball out to try to get a little stoppage.
72-62. And Martin will throw it in. Timeout Glasgow at 12.5 seconds to play. (72-62) Glasgow. We're going to go to 10-16 going into the regional tournament next week. Barren County will be 20-12. Glasgow will play a runner-up. It could be Warren Central. It could be the runner-up in District 16 or the runner-up in District 13. Haven't got a score from District 13 between Russellville and Logan County.
Should be into the first quarter.
Well, some of those games started at 7 o'clock. And Barren County will have to play a winner. It could be Bowling Green or the winner of Cumberland, Metcalf, or the winner of Russellville and Logan. They haven't played Cumberland this year.
Yeah, don't have anything from. Oh, here's Logan Russellville in the first quarter.
And there's a run out. Martin's going to jam it. Yep. Exclamation point. That'll do it. 74-62. Three-point shot, no good. Reese going back up with it. No. And the game is over. And Glasgow has won the 15th District Championship. 74-62 over the Barren County Trojans. As Barren County scored as many points in the fourth quarter as they did in the first three combined.
Wow.
64-62, Glasgow the 15th District champs. Postgame coming up and trophy ceremony next on the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the Three Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem-solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm gonna own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
Scotties led Barren 14-9 at the end of the first quarter, led by 16 at halftime, stretched the lead out to 20 after 3, 51-31. The Trojans did cut it to 9 at 69-60 in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, but could not get any closer. Barren County outscored Glasgow that final quarter 31-23. Scored as many points in the fourth quarter as they did the first three combined. So Glasgow, the 15th district champs, we're going to have the announcement of the all-academic team, all-seasonal team, and all-tournament team. Barren County Trojans coming out to get the runner-up trophy. This is 2 years in a row the Trojans have been the runners-up. Last year it was Warren East. This year it's Glasgow. Of course, they do go to the 4th regional tournament next week. At Dill Arena, get to play at WKU. And hopefully they'll get a good draw tomorrow morning. 2 and 3 chance of drawing either the 13th or the 16th, which I'm sure that's, the draw you want to get, optimal. And we'll stay away from the 14th, at least from as Glasgow comes out to get the championship trophy. Look at scoring for the ball game. Glasgow had 27 field goals. When we go over the stats, you won't believe the red-hot shooting by the Scotties. And they shot it well against Warren East on Tuesday night. They shot over 57%. How about tonight? 71% from the field. That's unbelievable. 5 threes for the Scotties, 15 of 21 at the line. He had 3 players in double figures. 18 for Jarek Martin, 14 for John Carter Walbert, 13 for Jalen Bradley. JoJo Driver with 9, Quinn Nunley with 8, Jeremiah Driver with 7, and Landon Minton with 5. For the Barren County Trojans, 20 field goals, 16 of those in the second half, 7 threes out of the 20, and 15 of 22 from the foul line. And it was Tate Spillman getting 15 of his 16 points in the second half, 11 for William Compton, 8 for Mason Bunch, 7 points for Waylon Clemens, 7 for Jackson Reese, and 6 each for Graham Hall and Bray Bewley. Announcing the all-academic team, Blaine Tracy, Allen County, Scottsville, Cash Moore from Barren County.
Glasgow, Mr. J.C. Walden.
John Carter Robert, J.C. they call him, from Glasgow. From Warren East.
Mason Riggs.
What was the name?
Mason Riggs?
Mason Riggs, I believe that's what they said. Even played. He might be on the team, but I'm not sure he even, well, I don't know. But anyway.
11 field goals. That's how many Glasgow missed tonight, the whole game. They missed 11 field goals, 71%. They shot 66% in the first half. They shot 76% in the second half. Only missed 4 field goals in the whole second half, 13 of 17. And then they shot the free throws really well, 15 of 21 down the stretch when they needed it to.
Mr. Graham Hall.
Graham Hall making the all-seasonal team from Barren County.
Mr. Brittany Bratcher.
Bratcher, Warren East.
Mr. Mason Bunch.
Mason Bunch from Barren County. The all-seasonal team to join Graham Hall.
Mr. Chase Ross.
Chase Ross, Allen County, Scottsville. Riggs from Warren East. His first name is actually Kaysen.
Mr. Bray Bewley.
Bray Bewley.
Kind of heard the tail end of it.
Yeah. Bray Bewley from Barren County, named to the all-seasonal team.
Mr. Jerry.
Darius Barber from Warren East.
From Barren.
Not sure he's here.
Mr. Tate Spillman.
Tate Spillman, Barren County.
Glasgow, Mr. Jarek Martin.
Jarek Martin. Let's go.
Mr. J.C. Walbert.
J.C. Walbert, Glasgow.
District all-seasonal most valuable player is Mr. Caleb Prince.
Prince has been named the MVP from Warren East. I wasn't sure who they were going to give it to.
Yeah, it was kind of
that was a tough one.
Up in the air, and 4 of our guys made it. And sometimes you have a season like we did where we have so many kids that we can rely on night in and night out. I know Tate's our leading scorer. But Mason and Graham have had good nights. Bray's had some nights where he's led us. Sometimes that divides your votes and keeps you from being MVP. Warren East only had 2 kids on the team, right? Or one wasn't here, maybe.
They actually had 3.
They had 3 and one wasn't
Barber,
here.
Bratcher, Prince. Only one from Allen County, Scottsville.
Mr. Caleb Prince.
And this is the all-tournament team, Caleb Prince, Warren East.
Mr. Tyler Turner.
Tyler Turner from Allen County, Scottsville.
Barren County, Mr. Wayne.
Waylon Clemens from Barren County. Team.
Glasgow, Mr. JoJo Driver.
JoJo Driver, Glasgow.
Mr. Chase Ross.
And Chase Ross, Allen County, Scottsville.
Bratcher.
Brendan Bratcher, Warren East, the all-tournament team. Nate Spillman, Barren County, the all-tournament team.
Mr. Jarrett Martin.
Jarrett Martin, Glasgow. William Compton, Barren County.
There, around there, everybody a chance to get some hardware.
J.C. Walbert.
J.C. Walbert. Let's go. He's the only senior on Glasgow's team this year. That's it. Run down the list for you again. If you may have missed it, all academic team, Blaine Tracy, Allen County, Scottsville, Cash Moore, Barren County, J.C. Walbert, Glasgow, Kaysen Riggs, Warren East. All seasonal team, Barren County, Graham Hall, Warren East, Brendan Bratcher, Barren County, Mason Bunch, Allen County, Scottsville, Chase Ross, Bray Bewley from Barren County, Jarius Barber from Warren East, Tate Spillman, Barren County, Jarrett Martin, Glasgow, J.C. Walbert, Glasgow, Caleb Prince, Warren East, the MVP of the season. All tournament team, Caleb Prince, Warren East, Tyler Turner, Allen County, Scottsville, Waylon Clemens, Barren County, JoJo Driver of Glasgow, Chase Ross, Allen County, Scottsville, Brendan Bratcher of Warren East, Tate Spillman, Barren County, Jarrett Martin, Glasgow, William Compton, Barren County, and J.C. Walbert of Glasgow. Did you go over the stats, complete stats?
No, I just kind of...
Why don't you touch up on those a little bit? I know we talked about Glasgow shooting just... I don't know that I've seen a team shoot that well in a tournament.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of numbers on here. 27 of 38 for the game, 71%. They were also 71% from three, 5 of 7. Guess what? They were also 71% from the free throw line, 15 for 21. I would say 71% in all areas of the floor is going to win you a ton of basketball games. We were 35%, 20 of 57, 7 of 27 from three for 26. We were okay from the free throw line, 15 of 22, but it was the other areas of the game and more, or maybe as much our defense that kind of did us in as anything. As far as rebounds are concerned, we were out-rebounded 29 to 25. We did have 14 offensive rebounds, held Glasgow to just 2, but you don't give up a whole lot of offensive rebounds when it doesn't come off because they don't miss. We'd only turned it over 3 times, another impressive number, and they had 9 turnovers. So, you know, a couple of things to look good there. We had 18 second chance points. Glasgow only had 2. We had 6 points off the turnovers. Glasgow had none. But everything else really went Glasgow's way. They had 1.5 points per shot tonight, which is a impressive number, and shoot 71% to beat us for the second time. And this was kind of a replication of the game at Glasgow, where they really beat us handily tonight. And we were able to get it under 10 once. I think that was just 9, and then, it wasn't really close for the second half.
Yeah. All right, final score again, Glasgow 74, Barren County 62. We'll take our last break, come back. This is the 15th District Basketball Radio Network.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the Biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
1%. I've seen the team shoot that well at the tournament game, but they couldn't miss.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with our defense, and we couldn't guard them in man. We tried to go zone, that didn't work, and then we just had to scramble there trying to get back in the game, and that's not a recipe for us to have a whole lot of success when we have to do that. But I mean, you can't get behind 20 to teams that are pretty good and expect to come back. We put up a fight there in the second half, but we dug ourselves way too deep of a hole. Rebounds at the half were 17-6, and that kind of summed it up.
Second quarter, you got outscored 17-6, and then you came back in the second half. You scored 31 in the fourth quarter, as many points you scored in the first 3. You didn't give up. I mean, your team didn't give up. I mean, you cut it to 9, just ran out of time.
Yeah, I mean, we did, and I mean, just trying to scramble there a little bit to trap them, and we had them to miss 2 free throws one time, and then we give them the ball back. There was one guy in the lane, and we had 4, and they got it back. So, you know, that kind of stuff you just can't do in these games. And I'm disappointed in the way that we played. I didn't think we played very well. I thought we played in the first half like we were very intimidated and like we were scared to death. Like we thought that they were a lot better than us. And that's probably my fault because I was trying to make sure that, you know, 13 really affected the game, the second game, because he kept blocking our shots. And I said, don't shoot the ball into his armpit, because we kept doing that in the first game. And tonight we acted like in the first half like we didn't want to shoot it. Several of our guys did, and that was my fault. So, but, you know, we just got to try to put this behind us. And it doesn't have anything to do with next week's tournament.
That's right.
It doesn't. You know, you win or lose, whatever, you got to turn around and play another team. So if you win, you play a runner-up. If you're a runner-up, you play a winner. So, you know, that part of it doesn't make any difference as far as who wins next week or who doesn't win. But I just hate it for tonight. I'm not really worried about next week, but anyway, I appreciate everybody. Had a good crowd here tonight. Appreciate our guys. We showed some fight there in the second half, but just, like I said, dug ourselves way too deep of a hole.
Yeah. Well, hopefully tomorrow get a good draw, maybe the 13th or 16th. I know Cumberland County was leading Metcalfe County last report we got in the 16th. Russellville, Logan County, you beat both those teams this year. You didn't play Cumberland County this year in the 16th, but you beat Metcalfe. So if you can just try to stay away from Bowling Green beat Central tonight by 24. So that's what you want to do, is try to stay away at least 2 and 3 chance of getting, you know, either 13th or 16th.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to anybody, but I mean, I think all the other 6 of us want to stay away from Bowling Green and Warren Central, and that's no disrespect to anybody. I mean, that's just kind of the way. I mean, obviously they're both really good, and you know, like to stay away from them. But if you play them, you got to beat them sometime if you're going to advance very far. So you're going to play one of them in the first game or the second. So. We'll just kind of see how it goes in the morning and come back and hopefully get ready to go. And
you'll play either Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Coach, thanks for your time. We'll see you in the morning at the draw.
Yep, thank you.
Coach Warren Cunningham, disappointed with the Trojans tonight, not battling in the first half like he felt like they should have. But came back in the second half. They didn't give up. They didn't quit.
Yeah,
they didn't lay down. And some teams would when you're down 20. But they didn't. They cut it to 9, just ran out of time. Couldn't make shots. Glasgow made shots. And that was pretty much the difference in the game.
Yeah, in some respects, I thought we actually kind of did that when we played them at Glasgow. We kind of just said it's over, we're done. We didn't show that fight that we showed there in the second half. But I just hated that we got down so much and we didn't respond well in the second quarter. We were kind of frustrated, and it showed offensively. But that's the way it goes, unfortunately. We haven't had the best district tournament down here by our standards, and our standards are a little different. Just to be honest with you, but it don't always go our way. We have to understand that as well.
That's true. Well, the draw is tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We'll put it on social media. I'll put it on my Facebook, and it'll be on all the websites, on our radio stations, and we'll find out who the Trojans will play. Of course, we'll be broadcasting every game of the 4th Region Tournament, starting with the girls on Sunday afternoon. Franklin Simpson, 29-1 against Allen County Scottsville, the 15th runner-up at 12-17. Franklin Simpson will be an overwhelming favorite in that ball game. Then Bowling Green and Russell County. Bowling Green and Russell County both with winning records. Bowling Green 20-10, Russell County 18-11. That game to follow the Franklin Simpson Allen County Scottsville game. Then on Monday night, it'll be Warren East 26-4, champions of District 15 against the 13th runner-up Todd County Central at 17-12. And in the second game on Monday night, Metcalfe County at 19-12, champions of District 16 against the 13th runner-up South Warren at 13-16. But we'll start our broadcast Sunday afternoon with fans in the stands about 2:25 here on the network. So until Sunday afternoon, for Robert Bauer and our studio producer Todd Belcher, I'm Jay Turner. Thanks for being with us, and good night from Scottsville.